Hey guys, it's Trainer HG back again with another video, and today I'm showing you 5 absolutely broken combos using the confirmed Pokemon in Pokemon Champions. We're talking combos that give you massive stat boosts, turn your own teammates' attacks into advantages, and even make your Pokemon nearly unkillable in a single turn. We're starting with the craziest one first, because this combo alone can snowball a game instantly. Let's get into it. Kicking things off, we have Archaludon and Maushold. Here's how it works. Maushold uses Population Bomb, a move that hits up to 10 times in one turn. Now normally that's just big damage to the opposing team. But here's where it gets crazy. Archaludon has the ability Stamina. This raises its defense every time it gets hit. So instead of attacking your opponent, you target your own Archaludon with Population Bomb. It resists the damage and takes very little, while gaining +1 defense on every single hit. That means you can max out your defense at +6 in one turn. Let that sink in. Now on top of that, you run Archaludon with an Assault Vest, boosting its special defense even further, so now you've got massive defense from Stamina, boosted special defense from Assault Vest, and you've basically created something that's almost impossible to KO. And then on the very next turn, it clicks Body Press. This move deals damage based on its defense stat. So now you've got a Pokemon with insane bulk hitting you with that same stat. This isn't just bulky, it's a win condition. If your opponent doesn't stop this immediately, the game can basically end right there. Now that you know how it works, let's see how this actually plays out in a real game. Hey guys, here's a quick clip. I open with Archaludon and Maushold. I'm gonna go for the Population Bomb into the Archaludon, and it's gonna get its defense all the way up to 3 times. From there, my Body Press is gonna be super powered up and do huge damage. I can comfortably secure the KO into the Zacian spot, and even if the enemy attacks me, I'm taking their physical moves easily. So yeah, this combo is very strong, you definitely should give it a try, and also if you want to be more aggressive with Maushold, its Population Bomb will do huge damage to the enemy. Next up, we've got a combo built around one of the funnest mechanics in the game, Contrary. Serperior has the ability Contrary, which reverse stat changes. So instead of getting weaker, it actually gets stronger from moves that lower its stats. Now pair that with Leaf Storm, a move that normally lowers special attack, and suddenly you've got a Pokemon that boosts its damage every time it attacks. So right away, Serperior becomes a snowballing offensive threat. Now if you pair this with Incineroar, you get a really safe and consistent setup. Intimidate helps Serperior survive early, and you can even use Parting Shot into Serperior, which is actually going to boost its stats instead of lowering them. While doing this, you also allow yourself to pivot into another Pokemon if needed. So you're supporting Serperior while it's powering up at the same time. But if you want to play more aggressive, that's where Garchomp comes in. Garchomp uses Bulldoze, a move that hits everything on the field and normally lowers speed. But with Contrary, Serperior gets a speed boost instead. And since Serperior resists ground type moves, it takes very little damage from it. So now you've got a faster Serperior that can start spamming Leaf Storm and stacking special attack. This thing goes from harmless to unstoppable in just a couple turns. Hey guys, so here I have Serperior and Garchomp. I go for the Leaf Storm and get the boosted special attack because of Contrary, and on top of that I Bulldoze, which barely does anything to Serperior and gives it a speed boost as well. I've also dropped the enemy team's speed, and at this point, all I've got to do is play around Serperior and let it focus on sweeping the enemy team. I bring in Maushold, and I'm going to use Follow Me to make sure that Serperior can safely get up the Giga Drain. Serperior gets healed up, and just like that, Serperior's become an unstoppable beast. That was after one turn. Serperior got that huge special attack and speed buffs, and now the enemy has no answers, and Serperior can continue sweeping them. Alright guys, combo number 3 is going to be a Sun plus Chlorophyll core using Torkoal plus Venusaur or Leafeon. Here's how it works. When Torkoal enters the battle, he automatically sets the Sun through his ability Drought. This automatically activates both Venusaur and Leafeon's ability Chlorophyll, doubling their speed immediately. Now you've got a fast attacker ready to move first. From there, Venusaur can fire off instant solar beams or use moves like Sleep Powder to disrupt the enemy. Or you have Leafeon, who plays more of an aggressive role, dishing out fast physical damage. Meanwhile, Torkoal adds pressure with sun boosted fire moves like Eruption. And the big advantage here is that you're getting full sun value without using your Mega Slot for something like a Charizard Y, who can also set the sun. So you can build around this core and keep your Mega in the back. This combo gives you immediate speed control, forces your opponent to react right away. It's simple, easy, and very effective. I lead with Torkoal and Venusaur. Drought activates setting up the sun, and right away Venusaur's speed doubles thanks to Chlorophyll. That means I'm moving first. I go for a sleep powder, putting one of the opponent's Pokemon to sleep, and from there I can fire off an instant solar beam and pick up a clean KO. Now I've got speed advantage and the momentum. From here, I'm just trying to keep the momentum, so I decide to go for another sleep powder. This time it misses. Both my Pokemon end up getting KO'd, but even from that sequence, you can see how strong this combination is. If that sleep powder lands, I stay in control and I keep applying pressure turn after turn. The fourth combo we're going to talk about is Alolan Ninetails plus Arcanine. This combo is all about stacking damage reduction and controlling the pace of the game. Here's how it works. Alolan Ninetails sets up Snow with Snow Warning, then uses Aurora Veil. Aurora Veil reduces damage of both physical and special attacks when in the snow. Now pair that with Arcanine. Arcanine comes in with Intimidate, lowering the opponent's attack right away. And it doesn't stop there. It can spread Burn with moves like Will-O-Wisp, cutting physical damage even further, and Alolan Ninetales can even use moves like Icy Wind to lower the enemy team's speed. So now you've got reduced damage from Aurora Veil, lower attack from Intimidate, potential burns, and speed drops. At this point, your opponent is doing barely any damage and they're moving slower. Meanwhile, both your Pokemon are still applying pressure and support the team in different ways. This combo lets you slow the game down and play on your terms. Also, you may not have noticed, but both Pokemon have the word 9 in their names, so they must be a good pair, right? Anyways, let's check out some gameplay. Okay guys, so here I open with the Ninetales and Arcanine. The Snow Warning goes up, and I get the Intimidate drop, weakening the enemy team's Pokemon further. The Grassy Glide does barely any damage now, and I safely get up Aurora Veil. Arcanine Flare Blitzes into the Rillaboom, gets the KO, and from here, my goal is to try and take advantage of these increased defense buffs. So now I bring out the Garchomp, and soon you're going to see me go for a Swords Dance, and from here I've positioned myself very well for the rest of the match, and I'll skip ahead so you guys can see what happens. At this point I've fallen behind, but I'm able to secure a double KO with Ninetales, who not only provides defensive support, but can be very good offensively with big spread damage from moves like Blizzard and Dazzling Gleam. I go down to my last Pokemon here, and so does the opponent, and we barely get the win. And with that, let's get into the final combo. And finally, a combo that's all about consistency and pressure. We have Tyranitar plus Garchomp or Excadrill. I know we've already mentioned Garchomp in this video, but this is a completely different playstyle. A tanky, hazard-setting Garchomp that punishes physical attackers. Here's how it works. Tyranitar sets up Sandstorm automatically through its ability Sandstream. Garchomp runs Rocky Helmet and Sandveil. Sandveil makes it harder to hit in the sand, where Rocky Helmet punishes opponents who attack it physically. Now you've got a bulky Tyranitar that can soak hits, a Garchomp dodging attack and dealing passive recoil damage, while also having access to hazards like Stealth Rock, punishing switches. Physical attackers get punished every time they make contact, on top of all the passive damage from Sandstorm and the hazards, chipping away at the enemy team's Pokemon. It might not be flashy, but it's relentless, annoying, and can completely control the pace of the game. Now if you want to play more aggressively, that's where Excadrill comes in with its ability Sand Rush. This ability boosts its speed in Sandstorms, and when you factor in his Mega Evolution, who has crazy attack and speed stats, this guy can sweep the enemy team easily. I lead with Tyranitar and Garchomp. Sandstorm activates right away through Sandstream, boosting Tyranitar's special defense. This also gives Garchomp extra evasion through Sandveil. From here, I focus on setting up hazards, getting both Stealth Rocks and Spikes on the field. I go for Stealth Rocks and the opponent switches. We immediately get some value from the Stealth Rocks, which is also countering their grassy terrain, and now the healing effects are minimized. The following turn, I go for the Spikes, and you'll see as the opponent switches, their Pokemon's HP is disappearing from all the passive damage. Now they're forced to play around the damage, and I'm completely in control of the pace of the game. And those are 5 OP combos you need to try on Pokémon Champions when it releases this April. Let me know in the comments which one of these you're building first. And if you want more competitive guides like this, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Also, quick note, I've been working on a team builder website that can automatically generate teams and help you find counters to ones you're struggling against. So if you have any feedback or features you'd like to see, feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm actively working on it and would love to make it as helpful as possible for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.